Hey everyone, Darren here, aka Irish Latino Reacts, Irish on the bottom, Latin American on top, and today we are watching Season 1, Episode 2 of Firefly. So I've been getting a lot of flack in the comments about when I said that Firefly was not spoken about with the same reverence as either Battlestar or The Expanse. I guess I just didn't have the right Firefly fans reacting to my Expanse videos. What can I say? Obviously, I've already very quickly and sufficiently been exposed to the reverence in which people use to talk about this show. So thank you, my friends, for pulling me back from the abyss of my own ignorance. I've already been loving the Firefly community, and hopefully I will be accepted into your brown coat family in due time. Alright, just want to go over two small mistakes I made during the reaction to Episode 1, and you'll see I'm not someone who is afraid to admit their own mistakes, and these are definitely not the last ones that I'm going to make. One, simple one, Book has been in space. It's one of the first things out of his mouth. He says to Kaylee, I must have been talking over it, or I just missed it. Fine. Two, I was stupidly convinced that Jane was the one who gave the Fed that piece of scrap metal or whatever it was he used to cut himself loose, but a commenter rightly pointed out that if Jane was interested in teaming up with the Fed, if he was interested in taking that deal from the Fed, why wouldn't he just untie the dude himself? Like, duh. Now, I'll take this moment to say that I'm not a robot here. I'm not infallible with my thoughts. I'm going to say more dumb things, have more dumb takes, and I've already appreciated your guys' kindness in the comments when I do. Now the big topic. Mal was testing Simon when he told him that Kaylee was dead. Okay, I can buy that. Mal was testing Simon's morality as a medical doctor. Simon already proved that he would allow Kaylee to die to protect his sister River, but in this wild, wild outer space west, could you really blame him? I mean, I presume that she's his only family left, so the question is, like, did that rise to the level of dereliction of medical duty in a lawless environment? And I'd argue it didn't. So Mal still needed to find out. In a situation where his sister's safety was not part of the equation, would he be a caring and professional doctor? Now, he's already proven that he's very professional from a medical prowess standpoint, but long story short, can Mal trust the guy? Can he trust him to treat his crew when the only thing driving him is a sense of moral and medical duty? And he proved that. He proved it. It was still a dick move by Mal. To me. That all being said, so many people in the comments said that everyone reacts to Kaylee's death the same. But I don't really know what you guys are driving at. I felt that I was pretty cool, calm, and collected during the whole thing. I mean, okay, she got shot. I've known this girl for 40 minutes. I don't really care if she lives or dies. Like, whatever. Okay, finally, this has been a long intro. My intros aren't usually this long. I feel like they can vary in length widely from episode to episode based on how much I have to say. And of course, it's right at the beginning, so I have a lot to say. But finally, I have heard horror stories about how much Fox fucked with this series. Not only canceling it prematurely, but screwing around with the episode release order. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this episode, episode 2, was released first. So thus, it will have a lot of exposition, more than one would think a second episode to have. So I'll just have to keep my eyes up for that and see what I think about it. I'd like to thank my Patreon supporters for always supporting me. If you'd like to join them and gain access to full-length reactions, you can find a link in the description down below. There's also a dirt cheap $1 a month tier it's just there for the sake of supporting me, but it will guarantee you engagements on any comments you leave on any of my videos that you have access to, as I can't comment on every single YouTube video under the sun, even though I do read them all. If you are watching this on YouTube and you are not yet subscribed, please really consider doing so. It really helps out the channel. And I know everyone says that, but it is so much more true for such a small channel as mine. I'm already very excited for so much of the support that my first Firefly video got me. Also, please leave a like and leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of this video. So without further ado, let's get into Season 1, Episode 2 of Firefly. Let's go.
After the Earth was used up, we found a new solar system and hundreds of new Earths.
Okay, exposition
colonized.
right off the bat.
The central planets formed the Alliance and decided all the planets had to join under their rule. There was some disagreement on that point.
Yeah.
After the war, many of the independents who had fought and lost drifted to the edges of the system, far from Alliance control.
Okay.
Out here, people struggled to get by with the most basic technologies. A ship would bring you work. A gun would help you keep it. A captain's goal was simple. Find a crew, find a job. Keep flying.
I like how Book is narrating. Belly dancing music. So funny what the captions say, how they categorize things sometimes. I saw a geisha. Loving how we're not starting on a ship. Once again, that looks like Mal in his brown coat. Yep. Zoe, Jane. That Chinese checkers? Yeah.
That's a bold move.
I have not played that in 20 years.
Toes, shut up! I got words.
I'm drunk.
A glorious day for all the
Shame.
proud members of the Allied planets. Unification Day! The end of the scumbag independence. The dawn of a new galaxy.
So this guy's Alliance?
Yeah!
Captain?
Or a fan of the Alliance? And he's doing
Need
this
for another drink.
and he's saying that in one of the outer planets. I imagine we're still in the outer planets.
6 years today, the Alliance sent the brown coats running, pissing their pants. I'm thinking you want them independence.
How did you notice he didn't toast?
And I'm thinking you weren't burdened with an overabundance of schooling.
Ooh!
So why don't we just ignore each other till we go away?
Independents were a bunch of cowardly, inbred piss pots.
Say that to my face.
Kinda did, but... Alright, Mal.
I said, you're a coward and a piss pot. Now what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I just wanted you to face me so she could get behind you.
Oh,
so cute.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Jen Sugar, quite like that Jen John.
I thought they were in, like, a non-hostile
I
place.
didn't fight no war. Best of luck, though.
Man,
Why?
where did they come to?
Let's do this.
Alright, Zoe's holding her own. Kick him in the shins. Nice. Ooh, alright. Okay. Alright. I'm glad, the show doesn't shy away from Zoe getting punched in the face once, like, come on.
Hey, them ain't kosherized rules.
I'm thinking somebody needs to put you down, dog. What do you think?
I'm thinking we'll rise again.
I gotta jump. Okay. Here's Wash. Wow.
Every man there go back inside, or we will blow a new crater in this little moon.
That was the first good shot I got of Serenity. Like the shape of it, But man, you guys, I guess you guys did not have an education on where you landed and where you were drinking at. So Serenity has no guns. Is that true? Wow.
Same as always?
You're fine.
All right, Kaylee.
So, what happened?
Back on her feet.
Your terrible brawl?
I didn't start it.
You kind
Just wanted a quiet drink.
of
Funny,
did.
sir, how you always seem to find yourself in an Alliance-friendly bar come you day
Yeah.
looking for a quiet drink.
Did we at least make a contact? Ladies and menfolk, we have ourselves a job.
All right.
Take us out of the world, Wash.
I want to know the name of that moon. I want to know more about the solar system's geography. I just don't know. I was told there was a map or two, but I don't know if it's canon or anything. I was also told to avoid recaps. I don't know if like my version of the shows have those, but yeah, I'll definitely avoid them. Turn away, worst comes to worst. Wait, Adam Baldwin? Is that Alec Baldwin's brother, or am I nuts? There's River. Oh. Flashbacks, PTSD. Poor girl.
It's me.
Simon.
Were you dreaming? Did you dream about the academy?
It's not relevant.
Kind of is.
Now, I know it's hard, but the more I know, the faster you'll get better.
That's definitely true, I would say. I'm on Simon's side there.
No, we can't go home. If we go home, they'll just send you back to the academy. This is safer now.
Poor girl.
We're on a ship.
Do you like ships, River?
Book transport. Standard Radion Accelerator Core Class Code 03-K64.
Wow.
Firefly.
Well, that's something.
Need a weave on that?
It's nothing.
I expect there's someone's face feels differently.
And I tell you never hit a man with a closed fist, but it is on occasion hilarious.
Simon has some experience from your closed fist, Mal.
I thought I was here because you needed a medic.
Oh, not today.
Okay. What does he mean by that?
Mal. Bad. In the Latin.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, mal is, bad in Spanish.
That young man's very brave. Give up everything to free his sister from that place. Go from being a doctor on the central planets to hiding on the fringes of the system. There's not many would do that.
Suppose not.
There's not many would take him in either. Why did you? The Alliance had her in that institution for a purpose, whatever it was, and they will want her back. You're not overly fond of the boys, so why risk it?
Well, because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Book, you're kind of sticking your nose into that, huh?
Well, what about you, Shepard? How come you're flying about with us brigands?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't you be off bringing religiosity to the fuzzy wuzzies or some such?
Oh, I got heathens aplenty right here.
If I'm your mission, Shepard, best give it up. You're welcome on my boat.
Yep. He has lost his religion.
God ain't.
In his little corner.
How's that girl?
You have such lovely hair. I'm sure the doctor would agree.
Well, you do too, Anara.
Simon? No, he's much too... Do you think it looks better up?
We could experiment. We might even get wild later and wash your face. What did I say to you about barging into my shuttle?
That it was manly and impulsive?
Yes, precisely. Only the exact phrase I used was don't.
Well, you're holding my mechanic in thrall, and Kaylee, what the hell's going on in the engine room? Were there monkeys? Some terrifying space monkeys maybe got loose?
I had to rewire the grav thrust because somebody won't replace that crappy compression coil.
Well, get the place squared away. It's dangerous in there, and I ain't paying you to get your hair played at.
That's the second time she's mentioned the compression coil, right?
We work before we play. You're servicing crew now?
In your lonely, pathetic dreams. What do you want?
We have a job. We haven't got a location yet. We'll be landing on a Skyplex in a bit.
Skyplex?
Run by a fella called Niska.
Never heard of him.
Well, I have. And while we're there, you'll stay confined to the ship.
The petty criminal, perchance ashamed to be riding with a companion.
Niska has a very unlovely rep. He's got work for me, fine. But I'm not sure you'd be safe.
Yeah.
Mal, if you're being a gentleman, I may die of shock.
All right, yeah, he is protecting her.
Have you got time to do my hair?
Out.
Yeah, I want to know more about their background. This reminds me, obviously, of Cloud City from Star Wars. Can't be the first person to say that. That's just the shape of it, but of course, that's in vacuum, not in the atmosphere of Bepson. Whoa, okay.
He's fine. Crow, they can come in.
I'm Captain Reynolds.
I am Adlai Nishka. You have seen Crow. He loves to stand at the door to say boo.
We got word you might have a job for us.
Yes. Yes, an exciting job. A train. Has something I need. You have worked the train before?
A bit of you.
Are you going to ask me what it is I need?
Glad we still have trains.
As a rule, no.
Yes, good. You have reputation. How come Reynolds gets it done is the talk.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
You know what is reputation? Is people talking? Is gossip? I also have a reputation. Not so pleasant, I think you know. Crow.
Ah, shit.
Now for you, my reputation is not from gossip. You see this man, he does not do the job.
Wow.
I'll show you what I do with him. And now my reputation for you is fact.
Wow.
Is solid.
Way to lay it down. Way to lay it down.
You do the train job for me. Then you are solid.
Name of the episode, The Train Job, I believe.
No more gossip.
Right.
Oh, you do not like I killed this man.
Oh, no, I'm sure he was a very bad person.
My wife's nephew. At dinner, I'm getting earful.
What?
So.
That's your wife's nephew?
Job. Come in.
Okay.
Here in fifth car, 2 boxes. Alliance goods. You don't mind taking from Alliance, I think.
Nope.
From your reputation. You get on train at Hancock, headed for Paradiso. You take boxes off before you reach Paradiso and deliver to Crow here. Half money now, Crow give you other half at rendezvous point. Anything goes wrong, then your reputation only gossip. And things between us, not so solid. Yes?
Your reputation goes down factually. So, got some magnets holding that train up. Non-friction.
How long till we hit Paradiso?
Another 20 minutes. We should be in the foothills in 5.
Wow, so you only got less than 20 minutes then already. Whoa. That's...
He's a psycho, you know. Niska.
He's not the first psycho to hire us. Nor the last. Do you think there's a commentary on us?
I just have an image in my head of a guy hanging from a ceiling.
I got an image of it not being me. Let's do the thing.
This show has such great dialogue. Already, I can say that with confidence. Hopefully this is not train 5 yet. Just train 3 or 4. Right. No, that was probably train 5, right? Yeah, I like the neck of the Serenity. Like, it actually looks like a, you know, a reptile.
Good day. How do you think it's going?
Mal knows what he's doing.
How long have you known him?
I've been on the ship 8 months now. I'm not certain I'll ever actually know the captain.
I'm surprised a respectable companion would sail with this crew.
But the further you get away from the central planets, the harder things are, so this is part of it.
She knows.
Wish I could help. I do feel awfully useless.
You could always pray they make it back safely.
I don't think the captain would much like me praying for him.
Don't tell him.
He doesn't have to know.
I never do.
Okay. Got some passengers. Where are the boxes? Are they just kind of just getting their eyes on them right now?
Is there some information we might maybe be lacking as to why there's an entire Fed squad sitting on this train?
It doesn't concern us.
It kind of concerns me.
I mean, they're not protecting the goods. If they were, they wouldn't be letting people past them.
You don't think that changes the situation a bit?
I surely do. Makes it more fun.
Sir, I think you have a problem with your brain being missing. Can I have your share?
No.
If you die, can I have your share?
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, hey, Doctor.
you really should just call me Simon.
I'll do that then.
What are we doing?
Oh, crime.
Crime. Good. Okay, crime.
It's a train heist. See, we fly over the train car, the captain and Zoe sneak in, we lower Jane onto the car, and they bundle up the booty, and we haul them all back up. Easy as a lion.
We've done this before.
Hell no. But I think it's gonna work. The captain didn't tian sai when it comes to plans.
Is there anything I can... something I should be doing?
Staying the hell out of everyone's way.
It's no call to be snappy, Jane.
Are you about to jump onto a moving train? Captain ain't around. I'm in charge.
Since when?
And just 'cause Mal says you're medic, don't make you part of the crew. You just play it figuring what's wrong with that moon-brain sister of yours till we call for you. Dongma?
I think a medic is part of the crew. More trustworthy than you,
Shouldn't be so
Jane.
rude to him.
Yeah, well, we could all be rich if we handed her back.
You're not even thinking that.
Oh,
Mal is.
shit, he is.
That's not funny.
Ooh,
He ain't
is Mal
stupid.
Really?
Why would he take on trouble like those two if there weren't no profit in it?
Oh, she's listening
Captain
to...
He ain't made yet. You'll see. Time for some thrilling heroics.
Niska's sources better be good.
Shiny.
A lot of people said that in the comments. Still not sure what that means. Shining, I'm referring to. It's gotta be some type of slang phrase, I guess. Okay, so it's at least it's here and not in the same train compartment with all the feds, all the 20
All hail
feds.
the Great Alliance.
Something's gonna go wrong. What's gonna go wrong? Wow. That was a crazy visual. Wash, hold it steady, my man. Hold it steady. Oh my god. That guy was holding a chicken.
15 seconds.
That's what they put that there for, okay.
Go! Go now!
Alright. They're gonna get the boxes, but Mal and Zoe are being left on the train. Oh yeah, but look at like the normal looking telephone poles and wires.
The others.
God, I shot my goddamn leg.
Are they still on the train? Are they gonna be okay?
Okay, alright. We're at Paradiso.
Our man didn't get a look.
Well, geez, can someone find out what they took?
Medicine, sir. All of the supplies.
Stole the guy ran medicine. I'm waiting.
All of it?
Every ounce.
So it was medicine, huh?
God help us.
I'm not sure why
Oh, bitch.
Niska couldn't tell them that they're stealing medicine, but I get why he just said son of a bitch, because now he's prevented all those people there from getting the medicine, people who surely need it. So definitely a moral issue right there.
Oh, ram it, let's get us moving.
No, I'm not finished.
Why you got us parked here? This ain't the Ghost Day rendezvous spot.
It is now.
Niska's people are waiting. They're not partial to waiting.
Let them read a magazine. We don't make the sale until Mal and Zoe are back on the boat.
These are stone killers, little man. They ain't cuddly like me.
I'm not flying anywhere without my wife.
She'll be okay. She's with the captain.
Yeah, you see? Everybody wins.
Yeah, go make the rendezvous and
Doc, I need a
come
pop.
back.
Why just paint some?
All right, but what about the authorities? We were sitting here with stolen Alliance goods. Won't they be looking for us?
If they buzz this canyon, we'll hear them long before they ever see us. I figure we're good for them.
Stop. We'll never stop. Let's keep coming until they get back what you took. Hands of blue. 2 by 2. Hands blue.
How's about you shut that crazy mouth? Is that a fun game? No, I'm in
Hands
on
of
the
blue,
charge.
like
I'm telling you how
being
it
dead,
works.
corpse.
We don't get the goods to Niska on time. He'll make meat pies out of a lot of us. I ain't walking into that.
This Atlay Niska you're talking about?
How would a shepherd know a name like that?
As I've heard it, he made a deal with the captain. If the captain's not there to finish it, if Niska finds out he's being held and may speak as to who hired him, I think we're better off being a little late.
That is a good point, Book.
This is a nightmare.
Nothing points to us yet, sir.
That ain't what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The crisis all around him.
Whatever happens, remember, I love you.
Sir?
Because you're my wife.
Right. Sir.
Honey. Car 3, row 12, Mr. and Mrs. Raymond.
Can you tell us what's going on? We've been here for so long. Did someone on the train get killed?
No. Nothing like that. Spending your honeymoon in Paradiso?
Actually, we're here looking for work.
Never.
My uncle said he knew a Joey Blogs out here. Said he might have an opening. Thought I'd try luck.
Haven't seen many folk choose this life weren't born to it.
Well, work is real scarce for a couple just starting out.
How come there's so many sick here?
Bowden's malady. Know what it is?
No.
Affliction of the bone and muscle. Degenerative.
Very. Turns out the air down underground mixed up with the ore processors. Perfect recipe for Bowden's. Everybody gets it. Miners, dumpers. Hell, I got it. I ain't ever set foot in a mine.
But it's treatable.
There's medicine. Pascaline.
The medicine you stole.
Like a person. They get it regular, but our shipment got stole right off the train you was riding in. Which is why you won't be seeing a parade in town today.
Stolen. That sounds like the Alliance. Unite all the planets under one rule so that everybody can be interfered with or ignored equally.
Alliance ain't much use to us out here on border planets. But they ain't the ones that stole the medicine. I ever find those people, they ain't ever gonna see the inside of a jail. I'm just gonna toss them in a mine, let them breathe deep for the rest of their lives.
Can't argue with that.
Wow.
You mind telling me when it was you last spoke to Joey Blogs?
Never did myself.
Right. Your uncle. It's funny, your uncle never went to mentioning the Bowden's problem. Or that Joey Blogs ate his own gun about 8 months back.
Figured that was coming.
Blew the back of his head right off.
So, would his job be open?
That's it. We waited long enough. Let's get this bird in the air.
No running way.
You really should sit
You
down.
can't just leave the captain and Zoe here.
They ain't coming. We can't walk in there and get them, so they're done. Now let's fire it up.
What's going on?
Strap in. We're taking off.
We're not.
Captain, do the same for one of us.
Not in a million years.
Shut it.
Listen to me.
You know what the chain of command is? It's a chain I go get and beat you with till you understand who's in rotten command here. And we're finishing this deal. You can't change that by getting all bendy.
All what?
Got the light from the console to keep you.
What is he talking about? Did Simon give him something? Oh, Simon, go Simon.
Did he just go crazy and fall asleep?
I told him to sit down.
You doped him.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel comfortable with him in charge, I hope.
All right, Simon.
So, how do we get the others?
So I realized I was dumb when I said earlier, like, if it was medicine they were stealing, why couldn't Niska just tell him that? Well, I have my answer. I mean, it was the moral issue with
Don't
it.
you dare speak to me. Sheriff, I want this man bound by law at once. That's assuming he hasn't been already.
Okay.
No one's
So
been
Nora,
bound.
I thought it was going to be Book.
Did you honestly think you could access my accounts and I wouldn't find you? And Zoe, what would your husband say if he knew you were here?
So I take it they ain't newlyweds.
Hardly. Malcolm's my indentured man, with 3 years left in his debt. Do you need to hold them very much longer?
It looks to me like we're about done here. We had some unrelated trouble. His story had kind of an odor to it.
Yes. It's not the only thing about him that does. Thank you very much, Sheriff. Come along.
Sorry I'm crossing my arms so much, guys. It is kind of cold in this basement.
Her files were all in order?
I ran him twice.
Good job. I didn't think they'd get him back so easily.
How'd it go?
She hit me.
Oh, hopefully you say thank you. Said thank you, Mal.
We tried to get him into the infirmary. He's just heavy.
Kept the engine running. We're good to go. We're not going. Not what? Not why?
We're bringing the cargo back.
Oh.
What do you mean back? I waited for you guys.
Yeah, right.
Talking about what about Niska?
Won't this put him in more or less a killing mood? His others need this more. As far as Niska goes, we'll just have to explain to him the job went south when we return the money.
You want to explain, now's your chance.
The door's just open? The dock's just open? Come on. Alright.
You didn't make the rendezvous.
Ran into a few complications.
You were thinking of taking Mr. Niska's money and his property, maybe.
Interestingly, neither.
I don't understand.
Yeah, look, here's what it is. Deal's off. We changed our minds.
Say you'll get back the money.
You entered into an arrangement with Mr. Niska. There is no mind changing.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong. We can't take this job, so you just relax. We'll get you all the money Niska gave us up front. You return it to him, and we'll call it even.
And there is no even.
He wants the medicine, not the
right?
money. Oh! 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 Nice, nice, nice. Oh, Wash, what are you gonna do to help your wife out? Oh. Alright, here we go, here we go. Wash is up to something. Because Mal is getting his ass whooped. Nice. Mal, you can't stand a chance against, what's his name, Crow? Who shot? Who shot?
Nice shot.
I was aiming for his head.
It was Jane. Okay. Wow. This setting reminds me of the first scene.
Have to drag him from here. You can leave him just off the street. Notify the sheriff once we're in deep, deep space.
Why not tell him in person?
Oh.
Got word of a ship not far out. Came looking.
One thing after another.
Didn't expect to find you coming back.
Didn't expect to be coming.
Nothing missing.
Okay. Yeah, but it's too optimistic to think they just let him go.
You were truthful back in town. These are tough times.
A man can get a job. You might not look too close at what that job is. But a man learns all the details of a situation like ours. Well, then he has a choice.
Wow, is he going to
I
understand?
don't believe he does.
Get these crates back to town.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, he gets it. Oh, man, I love the sheriff character. Too bad we won't get more of him. I don't think.
Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance. You bring it back to him, tell him the job didn't work out. We're not thieves. But we are thieves. Point is, we're not taking what's his. Now, we'll stay out of his way as best we can from here on in. You explain that's best for everyone, okay?
I wonder if Niska's gonna be a thing, tracking them, tailing
Keep
them.
the money. Use it to buy a funeral.
Oh, if he's not gonna take the money, that
Doesn't
definitely
matter where you go,
is what's
or
gonna
how far
happen.
you fly. I will hunt you down, and the last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn.
Yeah! Woo! Next.
Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance.
Oh, good. That's free for everyone. I'm right there with you.
Woo!
Pretty fast thinking to open up Jane. Can't say you made a lifetime friend.
I'll deal with him.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about you. How's your sister?
The same. In one moment she seems perfectly cogent, the next she speaks nonsense.
Because she's now suspicious of Mal because of what Jane said.
Diagnosed. I mean, I still don't know what the government was trying to do with her. So I have no idea if they succeeded.
By 2 hands of blue. 2 by 2
Poor
hands
girl.
of blue.
Sorry to keep you waiting. There's always one crisis.
We're not interested.
We're here about a theft. The medicine. On that planet.
We didn't fly 86 million miles to track down a box of Band-Aids, Colonel.
It's
We're looking for a girl.
Yeah.
This girl.
right. Another great episode. Let's talk about it. All right, let's warm up a little bit here. Okay, so episode 2 of Firefly Down, and another great episode. Just a little reminder, I go for these outros. They're not scripted whatsoever. So yeah, you guys just got to get used to that. I think I like the dichotomy I have with the semi-scripted intros and the non-scripted outros. So hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. Different flavor from the beginning to the end. Now, let's talk about the last thing that I said in the intro about how this episode 2, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was the first one released, and thus a commenter warned me about the exposition at the beginning. Now, if this was the first episode ever released, yeah, that would really suck. That would really suck. It was a great episode in and of itself, but not having all of that backstory from episode 1, it would just be like, okay, I'm watching a train heist. Like, cool in and of itself in a vacuum, but the appreciation wouldn't be there without the first episode. Now, the exposition at the beginning wasn't as heavy or long as I thought it might have been based on some commenters. It I don't know, what did it last? 30 seconds? And I actually thought it fit nicely in the beginning of episode 2, you know, where it's kind of like, hey, here's a little lore dump right here to understand what you're really getting into. I feel like Battlestar did something like that kind of as well. I'm a little fuzzy at this point, but I feel like they did. So yeah, as in episode 2, this episode was great. Train heist, really classic kind of thing. I said at one point that the dialogue is so good. Already, I can say that the dialogue in this show is so good, and I really think it actually stepped up a bit, even in this one. I was smiling at every turn, laughing here, laughing there, shaking my head, and yeah, so... Well, I guess what I'm struggling with right here is, at least for The Expanse, I like to take my outros in narrative threads. Like, I'll talk about one thing, and I'll talk about another setting, then I'll talk about another, because The Expanse is kind of split like that. At least for now, Firefly is not. So what was the main kind of gist of this episode? I would say it's morality. A little bit like the stuff I talked about with Simon and Mal last episode, him testing, that was about morality, but this definitely was broader in scope. They were stealing something, goods that they didn't know what they were stealing. They didn't want to know. That's kind of Mal's MO as a thief. But when it turns out it was medicine for these people who are dying of this probably horrific disease, because they're on a planet that they have presumably they have no power to leave, then, well, morality sets in. Do you get, especially, it's not just getting paid from the job, it's the consequences of not finishing the job, which we've seen are extremely high with this Niska psycho. He made himself very clear about what the consequences would be if they failed to carry out the job. But regardless, they made the right decision. Specifically, Mal and Zoe made the right decision to return the medicine to those people. And that was a really great character beats for both of them. Really great character beat, or I should say narrative beat, for the show so far, and only in episode 2. Like, that's really nice. I probably didn't expect something like that. Something so poignant, and so you can just kind of just feel it, right? I didn't expect that so early in the show, which, you know, I'm already falling in love with it. So that's really good. The sheriff also turned out to be a nice character in this episode. Once again, I'm sure he's just going to be contained within this one. I really didn't expect him to understand what Mal went through from the process of not knowing what he was stealing, but then realizing what it was, and also seeing the situation that exists on this planet, this desolate planet, this dire situation for these poor people. And for the sheriff to put that all together, it was really shows his moral compass as well. And, maybe that's why he's sheriff. Sometimes, sheriff characters are thugs, and maybe one would have gotten that sense from this sheriff character at the beginning. But no, it turns out, well, hey, that's why he's sheriff, because he's a good guy, he's a good man, and he's a good sheriff like that. So once again, a nice narrative beat for Firefly to play so early in its run. So I love that as well. Let's see, what else can I say? So the other thing that occurred is River overhearing Jane. Jane was a very interesting character during this episode. Overhearing him talk about why Mal is actually letting Simon and River stay on the Serenity, because he has a long game or plan of eventually turning River in and making them all rich. Now, there are a couple of issues with that. 2 issues I see right off the bat. Keeping Simon aboard obviously is a tangible advantage to his crew. People that he presumably cares about a lot. And he's already paid dividends with Kaylee, 1. And yeah, so having a medic on board it's invaluable, right? And 2, my second issue with that is I don't think they'd get a big payday by turning River in. They would be seen as ones who were keeping her from them. And regardless if they had a change of heart and then turned her in, they wouldn't be like, oh, here's the reward. They're like, oh no, you're a fugitive and you were breaking the law and this and that, and they would just get fucked. I think so. I do not think Jane's premise holds merit, and it's unfortunate because River overheard it, and now seemingly she is going to be paranoid of Mal. I mean, she did point out that Mal, I guess, supposedly means bad in Latin, even though it's short for Malcolm, right? And Mal, still spelled the same way, M-A-L, it means bad in Spanish. But I say presumably she's going to be suspicious because, at least visually, we didn't really see that in this episode. We saw more of her kind of mental degradation and just her PTSD from what happened at her school. And, she's definitely not in her right mind at all. So it almost, she doesn't even have the capacity to be suspicious, at least not yet. Maybe she will in the coming episodes. I imagine that's what's going to happen. But yeah, what will happen with her is of course very intriguing. And then we get the shot finally of the Alliance. I guess there's really high up people saying, hey, we're tracking her. We are not letting her go. So the crew and Serenity is going to continue to be on the run. Yeah, I'm really loving the journey, everyone, so far. So glad I've started it. And I think that's all I have to say. Of course, if I forget something, that is what the intro to the next episode is for. Thank you all for watching this reaction with me here on YouTube. Once again, like I said in the intro, if you are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps out the channel, especially such a small channel here as mine. So if you like my reaction style and you want me to stick around and keep doing this, please hit that subscribe button. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of not only the episode, but of my reaction to the episode. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the next reaction.